This presentation is about motivation and success in the free enterprise system. To begin, you need to understand where your motivation comes from. There is a level of being within you that is the starting point for motivation. By working with and developing this level of being, and by understanding what keeps it going, you will be able to build for yourself motivation and success. Level 1 of our being is the will. It is the mind's eye or your energy. The will is the first of 3 levels of being. The will is the place where our motivation begins. There are no limits to what the will can conceive. Level 2 of our being is our thinking. It is the quality mind. The quality mind is the place for the processing of our experiences. When we see energy meeting matter, our quality mind sees the interactions. We evaluate our physical limitations and modify our will's expectations with our quality mind. Level 3 of our being is our material mind. The mind is for interaction with the physical world. As the will and thinking direct, the mind performs, animating the physical parts of our being. Your will is the place where motivation begins. Your will is your source for drive and purpose. Your will is your power plant, what we call your willpower. Thinking is your observations and feelings. These observations and feelings come as your will exerts itself upon the physical world, or when the physical world collides with your will. These are experiences of qualities. If we neglect the will for thinking's sake, then we get in a rut of dwelling upon the qualities, which is quite common. Lastly, your material mind operates the systems that interface with your physical environment. It is possible to operate only upon the material mind, but it is base and somewhat animalistic in nature. How do these make motivation and success? Success and motivation come from understanding and using our control through the range of the 3 levels of being. Having the knob set too far towards the will tends to make us maniacal, aggressive, and overbearing. We will probably get what we want, and be very animated in doing so, but we may end up in prison with chaos in our wake. Having the knob set too far toward the material mind tends to make us predictably animalistic, base, and crude, exhibiting no other purpose than to obey the physical drives. Having the knob set right on thinking tends to make us only interested in observing. We lose interest in doing work, and we over-rationalize life. We want to do as little work as we can, with a preoccupation upon comforts and entertainments. Most people operate at this level. But let's see what happens as we slowly turn the knob towards the will. We begin to motivate ourselves, and without overdoing it, we find we are more focused on what we want to do in life. Being able to adjust this knob properly has a lot to do with what we choose to do with this newfound energy. Willpower equals energy. Craft means a path for your energy. Craft? When we were children, our parents would ask us, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" This would cause us to reflect upon what we liked most. As we allowed these thoughts to occupy our minds, it eventually became apparent that we wanted to apply ourselves to some sort of craft in life. Some would seek to be builders, firemen, grocers, or merchants. Craft is the result of our energy choosing a path. Money is a corruption to choosing a path. Money is a medium of financial control. Financial controls are a system of external control and put our purpose on a course other than as directed by the will. Money is a parasite to the natural development of the craft. To choose an occupation on the basis of the amount of financial compensation available is very dangerous. It is like putting the cart before the horse. Each man has his own vocation. The talent is the call. There is one direction in which all space is open to him. He has faculties silently inviting him thither to endless exertion. He is like a ship in the river. He runs against obstructions on every side but one. On that side all obstruction is taken away, and he sweeps serenely over a deepening channel into an infinite sea. He has no rival, for the more truly he consults his own powers, the more difference will his work exhibit from the work of any other. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Choosing a craft can be very easy. You may have already recognized what you are best at. If so, you are ready to add willpower to energize that craft. Otherwise, you will discover that the path you find yourself on already is a basis in helping you choose your craft. Write down what it is that is your craft. Then write down the steps that you will need to do to become proficient in that craft. This is your personal incorporation document. Now share your document with your spouse or somebody else who you share your most important thoughts with. If they are a true friend, they will want you to pursue your craft with as much willpower as possible. Your craft is now your business. In time, you will discover other people who are somewhat like yourself, or perhaps they have come along with you. This is ideal. Work with them. Let their business become your business, and vice versa. Forming a small group is the most successful way to operate a business upon a specific craft. Make an incorporation document for the group. 2 or more small groups that collaborate is also ideal. Collaboration doesn't necessarily have to be about a similar craft, perhaps a complementary craft, a support to your craft, or other groups in need of your craft. Developing a community. All community is the continued development of these groups of businesses. To develop and grow, it is important to understand the division of labor, and the point at which it becomes most productive to divide a growing group. Experience has shown that a group working together on a specific craft should divide itself if the group gets bigger than 10 members, splitting into 2 groups. Then 2 or more groups may continue to work together as a cooperative. The cooperative has elements new to the original unit. Each group or company is represented in the cooperative, and when the cooperative discusses business, there is one representative for each company. A cooperative works well with up to 10 companies, but once it gets bigger than 10 companies, it should divide itself into 2 cooperatives. Each cooperative has the customary authority to elect its own leaders. Those leaders include the company representatives. They legislate for the cooperative. Traditionally, each cooperative should elect a judicial leader and a couple of executive assistants for that judicial leader. After there are 2 or more cooperatives, there has traditionally been groupings of up to 10 cooperatives. 10 cooperatives is a unit, and a grouping of 10 of those is a unit, and so on and so on. The elected leaders at the top are the chief judicial, with his executive assistants, and the representatives of each of the major cooperatives are the House of Representatives. Traditionally, from time immemorial, this system has always been called the free enterprise system.